It's time for Transport Line, the program that showcases the contributions of all modes of transportation to the socio-economic growth and development of our country, Africa, and the rest of the world. Transport Line is being beamed to you from the Center of Excellence, the state of aquatic splendor, and Africa's second largest economy, Lagos. I am Shina Elegbede. Glad to know that you are keeping us company. It's been 7 years and some few days since Mr. Governor Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu and Dr. Kadri Femi Obafemi Amzat introduced what we call the team agenda in Lagos State. In governance, we've experienced the team agenda, and the first two items, what we call performance indication mantra, is transportation and traffic management. And I tell you, what has been the impact of transportation and traffic management in Lagos State in the past 7 years or so? Well, some people say things are okay, but like Osibisa sang, everybody says things are okay, but things could be better. But we want to do a critical analysis of what has been the story, how transportation and traffic management has impacted on the lives of the citizens of Lagos State. On set with me is a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Transportation and Logistics. Olushola, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, sir.
Olushola, I said Osibisa saying that everybody says things are okay, but we say things could be better. So 7 years plus of transportation and traffic management in Lagos State. But let's, on this episode, concentrate on transportation and see how far we've gone and how we can improve our best so that whoever is taking over from Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu will know what has been achieved, how to move forward. What has been the impact?
The impact has been very, very huge this last 7 years. And we must give kudos to the governor for the things he had done. Particularly, let's start from the rail. The Blue Line started working, at least the phase 1 of it, during these 7 years. The Red Line has also started working, and that has made huge impact on the road congestion, because a lot of people now travel by rail. And then when we talk about the rail, we talk about the improved infrastructure, the terminals, and a lot of things they has done on that rail. And they are still working. New coaches had been brought in last year and even some more this year. So this is increasing exponentially the number of people that are traveling by rail as compared to before this administration. The same thing when we talk about water transportation. Within the last 7 years, the governor has encouraged local fabrication.
Olushola, let me cut you in there, because light rail, don't let just say yes. We take, for instance, Mile 2, CMS.
Yes.
What has been the impact, so to say, how people have been moving. So also we look at the red line, Agbado, the impact, so that people can really understand what we're talking about. We're not going to just gloss over it. We look at the traffic, so to say, the infrastructure. When you enter the coaches of the blue light rail, you know that it's as if you are in downtown New York, so to say.
Yeah.
And this is Lagos.
And I have experienced it a couple of times.
Good.
So I can tell.
Yes. So that is what we're talking about. So how do you feel? How has it really affected the socio-economic life of the people in terms of movement and logistics?
Okay, the first thing is, I was used to Danfo in Lagos. And when you now look at yourself wearing suits, commuting to work, and you are confident that you will arrive at your workplace just the way you left home, neat, then you know it's a very big impact. I understand you two you've been in Lagos in the chaotic time when you can't afford to put on your tie from home. But when you enter these light rails, the red line, the blue line, you will find out that you are being treated first as a human being. The other time we were jumping buses and you'll be pushed here, harassed there, and
the pickpockets
pickpockets and the rest. All those ones are eliminated. So when we look at mile 2, the normal traffic congestion in mile 2 had greatly reduced because a lot of people now prefer to join the rails. And thanks to hike in fuel prices, a lot of people that hitherto who want to drive everywhere now find it cheaper and more convenient to leave their vehicles at home and join the trains because it is neat, it is beautiful, and then you enjoy the ride. So it's not just that it saves cost, it saves, you feel happy riding in those coaches, and that's an achievement. You feel really happy. I've been there a couple of times, and really, like you said, sometimes you may forget that you are in Nigeria. If you are not looking at the scenery, if you are just concentrating on what's around you inside the coaches, you think, where am I? So yes. And then the red lane, the one from Agbado, if you know the nature of Agbado as a suburb, and then you now see the terminals that have been developed there, and then you board the rail from Agbado, and then time saving. So within 30 minutes, you're already in Oyingbo. And if you are going to drive, that's about a 2-hour journey on a normal day. And then if it is like the days that it rains, the journey of about 3.5 hours now becomes 30 minutes on the rail. And that's big improvement. So people that spend half the working day in traffic now spend much, much less. So people will be more productive because you get to work earlier, you get to work not panting, you get to work in one piece, feeling happy with yourself. Definitely your work output will improve.
The productivity will be high.
The productivity will be high. And those are the little things that have been added to Lagos that were missing before. In the last 7 years.
And so I look at if you are commuting by blue light rail from mile 2 to CMS, the scenery.
Yes, beautiful.
Beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Beautiful. And I
Very
see you love Betty. That's the seaside.
Yes.
You see the Apapa Wharf and beautiful ocean and what have you.
Beautiful ocean,
that
yes.
It adds color to your life for a day as you are starting the day. Okay, so that is about the light blue. And again, like you said, the coaches are clean.
Clean, very clean.
Environment is clean.
Environment very
You
clean.
live,
The seats.
yes.
We're just pleading to the people of Lagos not to deface those seats because, the way we act in Nigeria, somebody will be playing with pen, with blades and the rest, and before you know it, they start cutting the seats. And it's happened to the BRT buses. You just find out that the seats are in tatters.
Yeah, for this, you have CCTV camera. So if you dare attempt it, you'll be caught. Also, I was going to talk about the security aspect. The coaches are well manned, and you know that if you try to have any criminal-minded issue at hand, the neighborhood watch people are there to...
The beauty of this both red and blue line is you pay before you get to the train. The payment portal is this. So as you're coming in, you are bad. So you don't have any business going into the boarding area if you have not paid. And that makes it easier. It's not like on the buses that you have to pay at the mouth of the bus. But these ones, the payment portals are a distance away from the boarding point. So you're already restricted. It's more secure. So if you don't have business boarding the train,
you won't be allowed to move near the boarding point.
Because it is your ticket that will open the lever for you to enter.
Yes. So that is about the blue-red line. And today, from there, let's move to the inland waterways. To me personally, one area which Lagos State government in the last 7 years has really done a marvelous job is the fact that they've more or less attracted people now, those who have phobia for water, to patronize inland waterways through the good work of LASWA and Lax Ferry.
Yes.
These two organizations of Lagos State government being powered by Lamata, because Lamata really is the think tank. When you're talking about transportation in Lagos State, Lamata is the think tank. And how do you see them?
They have also performed well. I mean, we see where we're coming from. Yes, we are not there yet, but the rate of improvement in water transportation in the last 7 years, over 280,000 passengers had been transported by water in the last 7 years. Before it was like almost everybody is afraid of traveling by water. But the first thing that this administration started doing was building the jetties, improving the infrastructure surrounding waterways. And they did quite a number of them. I know at the time there were issues between Lagos State government and NIWA about, but at the end of the day, I think the court ruled in favor of Lagos State.
No, the court ruled in favor of NIWA. Because it has the constitutional right to manage inland waterways. But let me say, interest of the country, of the masses, prevails. So there is a joint collaboration between NIWA and LASWA. In any case, with all respect to NIWA, they don't have the resources and the commitment and the template to do what LASWA is doing. So, and funny enough, it's as if it's only in Lagos State that you have NIWA. And NIWA is expected to be in all littoral states in Nigeria. We have 28 of them. But again, like we were saying today, yes, LASWA is doing a fantastic job, not only for Lax Ferry, but also for private boat operators.
Yes. Of course, they have licensed private boat operators, and they are ensuring that the boats that are operating on Lagos waters are secure, are safe. You know, and that enforcement alone is an improvement. So people are no longer afraid to travel by water because they know the boat is safe. Somebody is making sure it's not overloaded. Somebody is making sure that life jackets are provided.
Standard life jackets.
Standard life jackets. So a lot of regulation have gone into water
and been enforced.
And the regulations have been enforced, and that made it so more safe for people to trust water transportation. And it's a big thing that Lagos State government, they encourage local production of ferries. They ensure that all the ferries that are on Lagos waters are standard in terms of safety and equipment and everything. So that alone is an achievement. And in the last 7 years, like I said, over 280 passengers have been transported by water. There's so many boats that have been upgraded to standard ones from the old rickety boats that they were using. And then there is the regulation aspect of it, because LASWA is overseeing all those boat operators. So it's improving. Yes, more jetties need to be developed, but within these last 7 years, they have developed more than 5 standard jetties, so making it more accessible to the people. The only missing link is, and I'm sure we'll be talking about it, is linking the two modes of transport together. There is no proper link now between the road mode and the water mode. So because there are supposed to be bus stops or bus terminals close to the jetties. The bus terminals are there, but the buses are not there. So it still takes some people some time to drive to the jetties in order to board the ferries. That is what the government needs to do, to make sure there is a link so that people can, from in front of their houses, get a bus and then get to a place where they can always get a bus to the jetties, especially in the Ikorodu side. People don't...
Ikorodu, Jede side, Badagry.
Yes. For you to get to the jetty is sometimes it's a distance. So that has reduced the number of people going to the jetty. The intermodal link is not
still missing.
It's missing. That's the only thing missing in the development of the waterways.
Before we leave the inland waterways, most of transportation, one aspect of that is very interesting, which Transport Line has observed, is the aspect of human resource development. LASUA, in fact, presently, LASUA, with the collaboration with Interferry International Service, there is a training program going on now where captain, decks hands, and other personnel that mans the boat are being retrained in global standard so that the waterways will be safe. And when you board a ferry in Lagos State, you know that with God with you, you are okay. Even, I think quarterly basis, LASUA goes out to inspect boats, whether it's large ferry or privately run, to make sure that the standard is there, also to talk to people. So that one is there. But one aspect which I believe they should improve on is the curtailing of water hyacinth. It's the perennial thing, and they should make sure that they have a remedy for it.
And I think they've done quite a lot in clearing the waterways of this weed. I think Lagos State government has done quite a lot because those boats are making more trips like before. The only, of course, the economy affects everything. So what's going on now is the operators are not as profitable as they want to be because of the cost of fuel.
Fueling, yes.
So and I think Lagos State government is trying to to subsidize rather, to subsidize some of these things as they are doing for the road transport. I think Lagos State government is trying to subsidize and give incentives for others. But for water hyacinth, I think they are doing their best to clear the waterways of this.
Yes, talking about cost of transportation as regards inland waterways. Recently, the chairman of the private boat operators complained that it costs an average of 10,000 naira to commute between Badagry and CMS on a daily basis, and that's a lot of money in this trying period. So these are issues government should try to look at. I know before the Israeli American-Iran crisis, LASUA was proposing to have jetty pump services for where they can. But I don't know how far they've gone. But I think something should be done to make sure that 10,000 naira per trip on a daily basis is enormous compared to people, because really you have to decongest the metropolis. That is why some people live in Badagry. They live in Badagry and they work in Lagos. Like you have now, some people live in Ibadan. They work in Lagos. Dito Abeokuta and what have you. So, and it's because you have good, efficient, and effective mode of transportation. And that is why you have it. I don't know, we've not used up to 20 minutes now. You are winding us up. I said we should use first 22 minutes. Anyway, we can't be treating transportation, Shola, without touching that the most important mode, which is road. What has been the impact of road transport? As regards Lagos State government,
this is where Lagos State government has made the most of improvements. Over 360 roads have been either newly constructed or improved upon. So there is no month in the last 7 years that you will not find a place in Lagos State that road work is being done. Every day. There is no way you move around Lagos State, you will not find more than one or two. Even up till now, projects are going on everywhere. So the road infrastructure, this government has invested so much on road infrastructure. So and the BRT lanes, the BRT corridors, buses have actually increased. The Lamata has licensed more operators. There is some form of subsidy here and there, here and there. You can imagine in the last 7 years, in the first 4 years of this administration, bus prices were increased only once in 2022. Despite all the inflation, value of the naira and the rest. So which means the government has been keeping the prices low. So you will find out that today now, on days that it rains, you will see that non-regulated buses will be charging sometimes 3 times what the BRT
Buses will charge.
will charge. And that won't change. So the government has invested so much on road construction, on terminals, and Abule Egba terminal. And then by the time they commission this new Allen Akwebi Ojota road,
Link Bridge.
Lake Bridge, a lot of other things. And like the Abule Egba bridge that was commissioned, like the Agege bridge that was commissioned, a lot of these have impacted positively on road congestion. The only thing the Lagos state government has not done is separating markets from junctions.
No, we treat that by on traffic management.
So, but in terms of road construction, I mean, over 60 million passengers have been picked by buses in the last 7 years. There's so many things they have done. Millions of passengers, almost 40,000 or more passengers be picked by road daily. Despite the rail and the waterways, the road is still the highest, far the highest. But in terms of road infrastructure, I'll give kudos to the Lagos state government for what they've done in this it's been massive. It's been massive.
Okay.
I don't know what area of Lagos have not been touched in terms of road construction.
Okay, Shola, let's quickly just draw the curtain on this aspect, this episode on transportation itself, because there's a lot to talk about. But by next week, we should be looking at traffic management. So we briefly also make reference to transportation itself. Thank you for finding time to come. The issue is that, yes, transportation, 7 years, more years to come, less than a year to come for Babajide Olusolawolu and Kadri Obafemi Amzat. But then, we'll get there. Yes, everything is all right, but things will get better. Thank you, Shola, for being here.
Thank you very much.
That's it on this episode. Next week, we shall be looking at transportation in Lagos State traffic management rather, in Lagos State in the last 7 years, how far we've gone, and the way forward. Again, be compassionate. Your compassion this time should be laced with security consciousness. You see something, you say something. Till next time, bye-bye for now.